The Texas Rangers wake up in second place, and worse than that, they're in the second of 3 wildcard spots, barely in the playoffs. That's what happens when you go 1-9 and the Mariners go 9-1. Let's talk about all of it. Grand slams, walk-off walks, and what I'm most worried about is none of that. Next, here on the Texas Rangers Clubhouse. Hey, my name is Jeff. This is the Texas Rangers Clubhouse, where we talk baseball. Rangers mostly, but all the rest of it too. We got walks, we got grand slams, and we got a pissed off relief pitcher. This is my biggest concern right now. Should I be concerned that we're in second place? I guess, yeah, and I am. Should I be concerned that we're not even in the first wild card spot? Yes, and I am. But that's not my biggest concern. We'll get to that. Let's get to the game yesterday really fast. There's not that much to talk about, even though the game was about 14 weeks long. It felt like 13 innings long, longest game in the history of my life. It seemed like, no, not really, but it was a long one. Rangers get out to an early 5-0 lead, mostly behind Jonah Heim's grand slam. That was nice to see. We need to get him rolling. He looked relieved. I loved the look on his face when he was about to cross home plate. Big blast. We needed it. Go Jonah. I'm excited about that. But the Twins get one of their own to cut it to 5-4. Another grand slam. 2 grand slams in one game. They eventually tied up at 5-5, and we go all the way to the 13th inning. Now, if you told me there was a game that went to the 13th inning, I would tell you we're going to lose because we don't have a deep bullpen. We've got Aroldis, and we got Will Smith, and we've got Spores, and then we've got a bunch of guys who've been really, really good in spurts and not so good at the rest. We are going to need to score early and hold on because our pen's just not made for this. We're not built for 13-inning game, which unfortunately I'm sighing because that means we're probably not built for the playoffs, which really concerns me. Now, if you go back into the Wayback Machine, into my season preview, I didn't pick us for the playoffs. I picked us to be a big surprise team, and I think in third place in the AL West. Well, here we are. I mean, I'm not saying we're going to end up in third. I still think we're going to win the West. I do, but I don't think it as strongly as I did 6 weeks ago. I'm more close to where I was in March when I said we don't have the bullpen to get there. I was excited to get Will Smith as the closer. I was excited in mid-season when we got Chapman, but let's be real, the pen is still, well, it's not deep. Anyway, we lose the game in 13. Have you ever seen 2 games back-to-back on walk-off walks? That was strange. We're all excited because we get rid of our losing streak on a walk-off walk. We're giddy about it, and then we give them a walk-off walk. So glad to see Jonathan Hernandez back up in the majors. I heard he was pitching great down in AAA. He looks good. His slider's unhittable, but apparently he can't throw it for a strike. You know, it was filthy. There was no way they were going to hit him, and they didn't. He just walked everybody in. That's ugly. I don't know what to do. Is he a major leaguer? No disrespect. He's not. You've got to be able to throw strikes. If you don't have to swing the bat to score runs, that's Little League. That's not even Little League. My gosh, by the way, did you see the Little League game yesterday? If you didn't, YouTube it. Wow, what a dream.
This ball driven to right. Oh. Ellis Go. Grand slam to tie it for Curacao. Challenged him, and this game is over. Louis Lappy does it again. California, your Little League World Series champs on a walk-off home run.
Anyway, that's not this video. Monty looked great, 5 1/3, 3 earned runs, but wait, there's more. Stratton is the reason for those 3 earned runs. Monty was better than 5 1/3, 3. He pitched great. He's pitched great the entire time we've had him. Stratton didn't pitch great, gives up the bomb we've already mentioned that got them back to 5-4. Marcus, the only guy in the lineup in 13 innings to get 2 hits. That's kind of crazy. Now, let's get to the part that I'm most concerned with. I sent a tweet out to my 2 favorite Rangers beat writers, and one of them, Evan Grant, responded. Let's talk about it right now. So I watched Jonah Heim call time. Aroldis Chapman was pissed. I assume he thought it was on the hitter. Jonah Heim, when Aroldis finally turns around, says, no, it was me. Aroldis ends up throwing over to first twice. I don't know why. Seems strange to me. Of course, it was the first time that I had seen you can't disengage 3 times. Free base for the runner. He goes to second. That ends up hurting us. Aroldis did not look like he mentally got back from it. When Aroldis Chapman got traded to the Rangers, I said in my video, I was driving home from Disney with the family and I stopped at, we were Chick-fil-A to do a video because I was excited because we need a closer and a big left-handed arm. And I was thinking Kyle Tucker against Houston late in the season, which is, by the way, this weekend coming, the Labor Day weekend. The Astros are in town. Anyway, that's what I was saying. I said in that video then, I'll say it now. We need the big left-handed arm. I thought he would be the 8th inning guy with Will Smith being the 9th. But I said then, and I'll say now, he's not known for his emotional intelligence. He's known for his 102-mile-an-hour sinker. And I'm glad that he's on our team. But I don't know that I think it's a... Well, he's volatile. Let's put it that way. Look, Google him. You can see what we're talking about. I don't want to go negative here, but it scares me when I see him calling Jonah Heim out to the mound and then screaming into his glove. Then I see Mike Maddox and Bruce Bochy coming out onto the field. I didn't know what was going on. Was it an injury? It didn't look like an injury situation to me. That's what they were inferring on the broadcast. At least that's what I thought. So I asked, and Evan Grant responded. Evan Grant, by the way, the best we have. Follow him on Twitter. Follow him on YouTube. Newly posting some great stuff on YouTube. Also, he knows his barbecue, what's not to like. Follow him. Tell him I said hi. All right, anyway. He responded, and he said he didn't get a good answer, which scares me even more. That means he asked the question, and they didn't give him an answer. I think Chapman was pissed. I hope he wasn't pissed at Heim, but that's what I think. I hope I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. Did you see it? Are you aware of it? Are you concerned like I am? I'm concerned that Aroldis was mad at Jonah Heim. I don't know why else he would call him out there right then. I think them calling him out there right then was why Maddox said, is there an injury? I am making a lot of assumptions, but that's what I think. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it was just a mistake. I hope it's water under the bridge. We've got 3 games in New York to get to. We go to New York. Now the Mariners, right? They's not even the Astros anymore, which I kind of love. They are in Oakland. So as we get the chance to beat up on the Mets, they get a chance to beat up on the A's. And Houston's Houston. They're playing at home versus Boston. Chris Sale today. That should be fun. But anyway, it is what it is. We're going to have an interesting series right now. The Mets, by the way, are in last place. Who knew, right? The Nationals are in the NL East, and the Mets are worse than them. How would you feel to be Steve Cohen? Do you do payroll? Or do you manage an organization? I have a business, and we have payroll. Can you imagine having the largest payroll in the history of the words payroll? And coming in last place, that's gotta hurt. Anyway, the Mets are in free fall, and I kind of love it. Unfortunately, the A's are even worse, and that's where the Mariners are. Should be interesting. Then we come home, we get we get the Twins, which should be fun, the Ryan Jeffers, and then we get Houston. Going to be a really great homestand, but first we got 3 in New York. Our 3 games in New York start off tonight. We've got Gray, they've got McGill on the hill. Gray's been pitching well. Haney versus Quintana. The next day, then Dunning versus TBD. Those are the 3 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday games versus the Mets. Today, Houston, Javier versus Sale in Boston, and then TBD versus Wu for Seattle. TBD is the starter for the A's, meaning probably an opener. So we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. I'm very worried about Aroldis. We need to make sure that we don't lose the clubhouse. If we lose the clubhouse, we're in big trouble. If that's not a concern, hallelujah, we need to get the offense rolling. If that starts rolling, the bullpen's still going to be bad. So I don't know what to say here. Originally I picked the Rangers to be a real nice surprise team, but not make the playoffs. I'm concerned that's where we're going to end up. I don't want to be right on that. I want us to get to the playoffs. I still believe we're the best team in the AL West. Now, the Mariners have great pitching. They really, really do. Spectacular pitching. The Astros can get hot. Most people think they're the best team in the AL. They're just ready to get hot. I don't believe that. I think they're the 3rd place team. I might be wrong. We might be the team on the outside looking in. We might even fade away and not even get a wild card. I don't know what's going to happen, but as Marcus Semien said after the game yesterday, we're going to find out what we're made of. Him saying that about his team. We're going to find out what the Rangers have right here. I think we're a couple arms away. I really do. I think we're a couple bullpen arms away and maybe a designated hitter away from being a real threat for the World Series. But I do believe that we've been and probably still are the 2nd best team in the American League. At the worst, I think the Orioles, Tampa Bay for the beginning of the season, the Orioles now, and us, I think we've been in the 2nd or the 3rd spot in the AL most of the year. Have we faded to 4 or 5? Perhaps. I don't know. But as Marcus Simeon said, we're going to find out over the next few weeks. It is going to be an exciting time. Labor Day is around the corner. How awesome is this? Let's just, again, as I've said on a couple videos lately, I'm going to have a blast with this. I'm going to expect nothing and have fun with everything. I think that the Twitter lunacy, Rangers Twitter, is this expectation that we're supposed to win 162 games and win the World Series and sweep the playoffs. Nobody does that. This is a really good team finding their feet. Hopefully we're going to get little luck and play really well and go deep into the playoffs, but let's just have fun with it. Meaningful baseball around Labor Day is a blessing. I love it. And I still believe we're going to win the West, but I might be wrong. What say you? Let me know. Am I just rose-colored glasses guy? Am I overly concerned with the Aroldis Chapman thing? Follow Evan Grant. Follow him on YouTube. Follow him on Twitter. I appreciate that he replied to me. Yeah, let's go Rangers. Have the best day ever. 3 games in New York. We got to come ahead. We've got to come out of that ahead. We've got to win this series. Dare I say we need to sweep them? I mean, we kind of do. The Mariners are in Oakland. I'm going to shut up now. This feels like the longest video ever. Have the best day ever. Big week. Rangers will be back by the time we get to the end of the week in town. Have the best day ever. I already said that. Go Rangers.